on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC North rivals. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Now from downtown Minneapolis, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that is a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Minneapolis. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. From the gun, it's Love. And this drive is over before it can start. It's swallowed up to force fourth down. On comes the Packers punting team. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. To throw is McCarthy. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
And that is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
That is not going to do it. Trying to bite off our luck with that one. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is planted. Backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. The man in motion is Watson. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple. Here's Daniel Whelan now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. He'll tuck it and take off. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. On 1st down, here's McCarthy. He'll run again. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down. To throw, it's McCarthy. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Packers offense ready to get back at it. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
Packers set to kick this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. That's taken on this side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
A 55-yard attempt.
This one runs out of steam off the crossbar and comes back. No good. And this will stay a scoreless game. The Packers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again. So no scoring as of yet. Nothing here at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. Not too much to show you in terms of scoring plays. In fact, there's nothing to show you. A scoreless tie here at the half. Both of these defenses have been outstanding thus far.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. These 2 offensive coordinators, they have been busy. What can they do to generate some offense in the second half to come? Defenses control the first half, but when will we see some points? Hopefully soon, as this 3rd quarter begins. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Vikings offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. A nice throw by the rookie out of Michigan. It's going to be good enough for a 1st down. In motion, it's Jefferson. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He's going to keep it himself. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined.
Oh, that's swung out wide and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception, but boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Packers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. On 1st and 10, here's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Love to throw.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here's 3rd and 2. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Here's Love. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. And he's not going anywhere. Stuck behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
It's a turnover on downs.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. And he is taken down, but not before they're able to get him out of danger up past the 25. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Vikings.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Addison. A big play for Minnesota to gain of 43 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
No touchdowns for either side. Maybe we'll get our first here. It's 1st and goal. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, Greg, so much for calling a 0-0 shutout. Finally, we get somebody on the board here to start the second half.
Yeah, what was a defensive battle? And you have to think, if you're the defensive coordinators at halftime, you're feeling pretty good about your game plan, probably not making a lot of adjustments. I'll be interested to see now, after allowing that early score, do they continue with what we saw up to this point, or do they have some wrinkles that they can throw to now try to slow down this offense here in the second half?
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. They get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. going to be taken down. They get him for the sack at the end of this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On fourth down, out comes the punter. They forced a punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. He's going to run it. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down. On play action, here's McCarthy. He'll take off again. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. There he goes again. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Vikings. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
So you give up a touchdown on defense. The question is, how are you going to respond on the 2-point try? Well, respond did they ever? Big difference giving up 8 than there is giving up 6.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Back to throw is Love. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. On 1st down, it's Love. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
And now you get the pick 6, and right on the heels of that, the offense comes out to go for 2. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. He'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn around and just hand the ball to your running back, Gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
This is incomplete, but there is a flag. It is back at the line of scrimmage, and this could be a first down. To throw is Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Love. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. What can they do here? This is third and forever. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. The home team's offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. So, a win here for the Vikings. They put together a complete football game as they finish this one in shutout fashion. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.